Man, I had the scariest dream last night, man. I dreamt I was in this kid's playground, yeah? In a swing chair, rocking back and forth, yeah? Nice and sunny day, the kids all running about. I was like, "Yoo-hoo!" Then, man, just by my feet there, behind the bush, there was this huge tiger. Right behind the bush, you know what I mean? With this big mouth full of teeth. And every time my feet got close to him, he tried to bite it. Row! And row! And I was like, row! Row! I was like, oh my God, it's gonna eat my feet! You know what I mean? I was beginning to get in panic and I was like, ah! I woke up like, oh my God, only to realize that the sound of the tiger roaring actually was me snarling, man. My name is Cassio, welcome to my channel, and I'm a fashion photographer. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I got some nice and useful tips for you that might make your photo shooting out there a bit more fun to do and your pictures a bit more eye-catchy, yeah? Yeah, subscribe, man. And today we're gonna be talking about this photo shooting here. Check this out. Before we go on, man, can I ask you a question? Where are you from, man? Would you drop me a comment down below and let me know your nationality? You know, I got almost 1,000 views per video and almost 1,000 subscribers, and I really wonder where most of you are from. Would you drop me a comment down below and let me know your nationality, would you? Yeah? Cool. Right, I got a phone call from a client asking me to shoot their spring-summer catalog, yeah? So we set up a meeting, I went to visit the client, they showed me the clothes, and then we're gonna discuss how the picture is gonna be taken, right? So I saw the clothes and that's how they look like. Check this out. It's like pants, vests, looks like men's clothes to me, doesn't it? The very first thing that came across my mind was this image of this Hollywood actress during the 1940s. Her name was Katharine Hepburn, also known as Kate, the greatest punted one. She was a star of a movie called Sylvia Scarlett, where she pretends to be a man. She's pretty much like a drag king. When men dress like women, they are known as drag queens, right? But when women pretend to be men, they are known as drag kings. And Katharine Hepburn was the perfect man. And check it out, she's got this hair glued to her head, this kind of silky look, you know what I mean? She was smooth, she was a man, and nobody could wear pants, no women could wear pants better than her, you know what I mean? And then I went to the client, what if we shoot the catalog based on Katharine's kind of look, you know what I mean? The hair glued to her face, that kind of makeup, that kind of attitude, and the client was, yeah, let's do it, cool. And then like another image that came across my mind was the image of Marlene Dietrich, and she was like wearing these top hats and smoking cigars, you know what I mean, pretend to be man. I was like, yeah, and the client agreed with everything I said. I said, cool. And then we went even further, like, what if we do the same kind of Hollywood lighting, you know what I mean, the kind of harsh lighting with strong shadows, you know, like maybe we can get some props. But the client was like, maybe props not a good idea because it's gonna take the attention away from the clothes. I said, all right, let's keep it simple against the plain white backdrops. And the client suggested we can have some curtains. I said, cool, why not? Some curtains could be interesting too. So we shot a bunch of different images, and I'm gonna show you now a few different videos of how most of these pictures were taken. Yeah, have a look at this.
must
but
go.
baby, it's cold outside.
Boo boo, boo 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 doo. Boo boo, boo 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 doo. Birds do it.
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
I've got you under my skin. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the skies. It's that old devil moon.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever.
New York, New York, New York.
You see that I made full use of the shadows, yeah? I directed the models to pose in a way that also the shadows are gonna look good, yeah? Like, turn a little bit more this way, open your elbow a bit more there, so it's nice shadow, man, I just love it. And the hair is right there, the makeup is right there, and the styling was right there, man. What a great teamwork, everyone did a great job, and the pictures turned out great. I just love these pictures, man. Now let me tell you how the lighting was done, but there is an interesting story about it. An art director of an advertising agency out there saw the Drag Kings pictures in my website and called me asking if I could make the same kind of lighting for an advertising for a tire brand. I said sure, and I see it as a good chance to shoot a tutorial video where I can pretty much explain to you how the lighting for the Drag Kings and for the tire brand was done. Have a look. Have a look at this photo here. Looks like the sun is coming through the door, yeah? And you see that the edge of the shadow is pretty sharp, yeah? To achieve this kind of look with a flash is quite difficult because you don't have a modeling light to show you where the shadow is. That's why I chose a 4000 watts HMI. It's powerful enough so I can have an even aperture from the top of her head all the way down to her feet. To get that shadow edge really sharp, I pointed the HMI to a mirror and the mirror bounced the light back to the wall. Then I told my assistant to move back and forth so I could see how her shadow was gonna look. The light beam was a bit too big, so I covered one side of the mirror with black paper to make a little bit more narrow, yeah? The studio was all white, so I covered everything with black sheets so only the mirror would bounce the light back to the wall. Otherwise, the wall would look gray instead of black, yeah? To get the correct white balance, I used a Kelvin meter, hoping to get as close as possible to 5500 Kelvin, which is the daylight temperature, right? Gladly, the studio's HMI was quite well balanced, so I set my camera to 5560 Kelvin. The model was ready to go, and rock and roll, man! The art director was in his studio, and he could start working on the layout of the advertising straight away. And I was like, man, can we go and have a beer now? You see, it's quite simple. All you need is a mirror and a spotlight. It doesn't need necessarily to be a huge mirror. You can do it something like this big. And you don't need an HMI too. You can do it a 500 watts photo flood, something like this one here, yeah? All you have to do is set the photo flood behind the model there somewhere, make sure you block it somewhere here so you don't get lens flare. Yeah, the light's gonna be pointed this way, and the light's gonna bounce off the mirror to the model's face, and it's gonna look something like that. This is a picture that I took long ago for a magazine, but you can pretty much tell how it works with a little mirror like that. Yeah, sorry for the quality because it's an old picture. Yeah, but then what happens if you go really close to the model's face? Yeah, you see the light beam right there on her face. Yeah, it works great for a nice portrait. You should try it out, Jack. Very easy setting to do. It doesn't cost a lot. A photo flood lamp like that one is like $50. Yeah, right, Jack? Now let me show you the preview of the video gonna be uploaded here next week. Have a look. Yeah man, next week's gonna be a nice pin-up style sexy photo shooting, man. You're gonna love it, yeah? Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, don't forget to tell me in the comments down below your nationality, man. I would love to hear from you, yeah? Don't forget, okay? See you next week then, and thanks for watching, man. Alright, GoPro, switch off.